Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs, and today I have for you a Copic colored butterfly ATC card. So let's jump right in. So if you don't know what an ATC is, it's an artist trading card. And the only real rule that I understand from artist trading cards is that they have to be 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches, which is the trading card size. That's the only rule. Otherwise, you can use any medium, any type of thing, any watercolor, markers, anything you want to use. And that's then you go and trade them with other artists, which I think is pretty amazing. So I opted to make one with this beautiful butterfly image, and this is from Patty's Creations. And this is my entry into the Little Patch of Crafty Friends Challenge blog, where I am a design team member, and I'll have that link down below if you want to check it out. It is a blog or a challenge where you can enter anything, and there's a chance at prizes, and it's kind of a lot of fun. So if you guys want to check it out, I will have a link down below in my description. You can go and click on it and go and check out the challenge. So to start, I did actually cut this out with my Cricut, and I printed it out with my printer. And I only have an inkjet printer, so I Copic color my images as it's an inkjet printer. So if I use a water-based medium, the ink all smears. So I only used 2 Copic color blends in this. I have a BG13 and a BG15, that's my teal color. And then I also have V15 and V06. That's the violets that I'm going to use. And I am later going to bring in the 100 black marker. And that's all I did for the coloring on this butterfly. I thought that it was quite pretty, and because it's quite small, as the trading card is quite small, I didn't really want to bring in too many colors, so I did very subtle, like 2-color blending, didn't bring in a lot of colors, just to kind of let the butterfly shine in its own light, as it didn't really, I didn't feel like it needed a crazy amount of detail, because it is a detailed image, but it's so small. So I mean, I would have loved to have watercolored this, but as I said, I only own an inkjet printer. If you have a laser printer and it prints on watercolor paper, and I mean fairly heavy cardstock, let me know what printer you have, because I'm in the market. I'm kind of keeping my eye out for one, so I'd love to know what you guys are using if you have a laser printer that works with watercolor paper, because I think that's one of my biggest things. I would love digital images to be able to watercolor my digital images, and sadly, as I only own the inkjet printer, I can't do that right now. So that's kind of my hope there. So if you have one, I'd love to know which one you have, but it has to be able to take pretty heavy cardstock. So here you can see that I've brought in the 100 Copic marker, and I'm just filling in all the areas that I didn't make teal or purple, and that's going to be all of the Copic coloring. I really wanted to keep this kind of simple and just let the image shine. And you're going to see that when we get into the background, sorry, my cat just knocked something over. When we get into the background, I'm also going to keep that fairly simple. And I really wanted to add some sparkle, so I did bring in my Spectrum Noir glitter pen, and I just colored in the teal areas. And I'm going to hold it up. It's a little bit hard to see on the video, but in person it's quite shiny and quite pretty. Let's see here, I'm going to kind of try to tilt it in the light for you to kind of catch that shine, but sadly it doesn't really catch on the camera as well as I wish it would. So we're going to move on to the background, and as I said, it's going to be a fairly simple background. I've really only brought in a cloud stencil and some tumbled glass distress oxide, and I'm going to use my little Make Art Station. I am loving this, especially when I want to add clouds to something, just because you consistently rotate the stencil. So with that, like, I'm not trying to fiddle around with glue, I'm not trying to move the tape every time I want to lift it up and put it back down. So I found this Make Art Station is amazing for that. So that's kind of, I've been loving it. So I do have everything that I've used listed and linked down below if you want to check anything out. And if you ever have any questions about anything I've used or what I'm doing in my videos or anything like that, please leave them down below. Leave them down below. I will respond to anything you guys leave. So I did opt to do just a very subtle background, and the color is going to get slightly lighter the closer we get to the bottom of the ATC. So I kind of wanted a bit of an ombre effect in my clouds, so that it looked like the higher they got, the darker they were, although they're all tumbled glass, so they're still a fairly light blue. But I kind of just really wanted them to be a bit subtle, because I really want the butterfly to pop on this background. And I pondered other things, but in the end, clouds just seemed like a great way to add a background but have it still be fairly subtle, so that it didn't really take away from my butterfly image. So that's kind of my thought process there. And yeah, I mean, this is a pretty simple, pretty quick ATC. I really enjoy doing ATCs when I'm not sure what to do for a background, or I really just want to play with something, because they don't take a long time to make like some cards can, but they're still a lot of fun. And then I trade them to other artist collectors, like artist trading card collectors. So I think that's just a pretty amazing way to have your art kind of go around and share love with other people. So I think that's pretty amazing. So this is my entry for the Little Patch of Crafty Friends challenge blog. I hope you guys will go and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and please consider subscribing. Oh boy, guys, words are hard today. I will see you again very soon, and thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye, guys.